guys, welcome back. If you're new here, my name is Christy. I'm a homeschool mom of 3, and today I'm going to be talking about Blossom and Root early years. I'm going to give you a really in-depth flip through of Blossom and Root Early Years Volume 1, but first I wanted to come on here and just talk about why I have it, who we're going to be using it for, and why. So I'm actually going to be using Blossom and Root's Early Years Volume 1 with my youngest child. She is 2, almost 2.5, and I know what you're thinking. Why are you getting a curriculum for your 2-year-old? I know that there are kind of people on both sides where they're all for teaching their child really young and getting curriculum and getting started with school, and there are also people who are on the other spectrum that say wait as long as possible before doing school, and I totally understand both sides. I am typically somebody that does lean more towards waiting longer and like just kind of letting them be. However, I'm also at the point where I want to have stuff to do with her. Like, what do you do with your toddler all day if you don't have some sort of routine? So the way that I'm going to be implementing Blossom and Root Early Years, which is a very gentle program, is just for fun. It's just to provide me with some learning, hands-on, sensory type experiences and activities for her, and really kind of engage her senses and those little brain connectors in her brain, really spark some interest there. Isla is a very smart child. She is ahead, I feel like, in a lot of different things that she does. A lot of her milestones she's hit very early on. She's got great fine motor skills and that sort of thing. She's already singing her ABCs. She's already counting to, I think, 12. And so I just want to foster her love for learning things in a very natural and organic way. So if you're not familiar with Blossom and Root, it is a very nature-based, relaxed, hands-on, creative homeschool curriculum. It's a literature-based program as well, so you're learning through books and reading, and I really like that as well. And this program specifically says it's for ages 2 to 4. So it is geared towards the younger child. It's not about letter and number recognition. It's not about learning to write your letters or numbers or any of that. This program is full of hands-on learning and activities in their natural environment. It's full of sensory bins, crafts and arts, ways to spark conversation and discussion with your young child and really get that vocabulary and conversational skills built. It's reading and forming connections together, exploring nature together, and all of those things. So this program you download from the Blossom and Root website and print it all yourself. I think it's $22 for the PDF, and you can print it as many times as you need. Okay, so I don't have a review for you because we haven't used it yet, but I just wanted to kind of give you a flip through, tell you what the program's about, and kind of like our plans for it. So let's go into the flip through. Okay, so I'm going to give you a look at the program. So again, this is Blossom and Root Early Years of Volume 1. This is the 2nd edition. So they do have a 1st edition. This is the updated version. From what I can gather, it's pretty much laid out the same way, except the book lists are completely different. So just so you're aware, you do actually get both editions with your download. So that's nice. This is recommended for ages 2 to 4. I love the cover. I think that this is beautiful, and I love that you can kind of get a glimpse into what this program is all about. Getting messy, hands-on exploration, hands-on learning, nature. I love all of that. Okay, so inside, again, I printed this myself, and I separated the book lists and put them in the front here so I can just see what books I still need to get and keep track of that. Okay, you have a little letter in the beginning about what this program is all about, and I love it. It's a 36-week program, and the parent guide contains all activity prompts for the full year, book list, supply list, information about the approach, and ideas on how to implement things. She's very much about go at your child's pace and what they want to do. And if you feel like an activity isn't sparking any interest from your child, then you can skip it. Or if you notice one that is really sparking their interest. You can do it more often. Don't feel pressured to do every activity in this book. And because I'm using this with my 2.5-year-old, I will not be doing every activity in this book just because she is on the younger side of things. She has a specific letter in here about making it your own. She's very much about having this be very flexible, the experience very flexible. Do it what fits best with your family and do it that way. She has a sample schedule on kind of how you can break down each week of lessons, which is nice. There's a page on how to teach your children art, because art and music can be, a little hard to teach young children like this. So she gives some tips on how to do that. She also gives tips on how to teach music study. Kitchen classroom. I cannot tell you how much I love this concept, and I love that she calls it kitchen classroom. Like, that's the cutest thing. I fully believe in the kitchen being a classroom, and I love doing kitchen things with my older two. And I haven't really done as much in the kitchen with my youngest, and I really want to change that this year, so I'm excited to have this added in. There's so much learning that can happen just really organically and naturally in the kitchen. Whether you're baking something, cooking dinner, making a craft like a food craft or like Play-Doh or something, all of that is learning opportunities. I love that she includes that in the program. It has a supply list of things that you need, and what I find is that most of the supplies are stuff that we already have on hand. I've highlighted some of the things I need to either get because we don't have them or get more of because we just need a refresher because we use them all the time. So I highlighted some of the ones that I need, and then you get into week 1. So the lessons are broken down by week, and I like that because then I don't feel pressure to do certain things on a certain day. So basically, it gives a broad overview of the things that you should cover this week, and then you can kind of go on your own schedule. You can do it certain days of the week, different times of the day, like it just is up to you. So with a nature study, for example, all of the activities in here are pretty simple, and I love that too for such a young child. So take a walk together where you live. During the walk, talk to your child about things that you're noticing using your 5 senses. Conversation is such a good teaching tool for a young child to develop their speaking and vocabulary skills. When you return home, ask your child if they would like to make a picture of anything that they saw on their walk. Now, Isla is young, so she may not make an actual picture of what she saw, but we could just draw a picture. It doesn't really matter. Draw a silly monster face and stiff piece of paper or cardstock and cut out the opening for a mouth. Place this on top of a bowl and give your child some cereal or beans. Ask them to feed the monster one piece of food at a time, and count as they drop them in. So this program is really nice because it's not focused on them learning their numbers and letters and like recognition. It's focused on just kind of like an organic teaching and concept of numbers and letters. So just in conversational ways, you start counting more throughout the day, like, oh, we're putting the socks away, one pair of socks, 2 pairs of socks, or we're, like this, counting just out loud more, talking out loud about different things. And here it says, get in the habit of wandering out loud. So just kind of like when you're going for a walk, when you're playing, get in the habit of wondering out loud from time to time. I wonder where that bird is going. I wonder which pine cone is bigger. And this is nice because it definitely sparks some wonder in them and gets them kind of thinking, and I love that. And then there's art projects. You're going to look at some artists and listen to some music, and I really love the kindness and connectivity sections each week. It's all about showing kindness, being kind, and having some great connections, which I love. I want to bond with my daughter over this curriculum, and I think that this is going to be a great way to do it. Read. You're reading literature. It tells you what books to read. Now with the books, you can definitely get the exact books that she says, or you can also kind of get a book that goes along with a theme. Maybe you already have a different one on hand that's similar or something like that. Some comprehension questions and like thought-provoking questions for them. I don't know how much of those will do. I might more so like have her spot things in the book while we're reading or something like that because she's young. Truck and mud sensory tub, like this stuff is so fun, and it'll give her something to do and really engage her, and that's what I want. I want to engage her senses. I want to engage the connections in her brain without being something super rigorous. I mean, she's 2.5. I didn't even want to do a curriculum, like I said, but I think that this is going to be a really great thing to add in. One of the best ways to solidify the concept of counting and quantity is to practice it organically. Like I was saying, yes, throughout your day, try to find opportunities to count out loud when possible. It's awesome. Like, I just love the whole concept behind Blossom and Root. So here's all the clickable links. There's pages of them. Like, there's a ton of different resources for links to kind of dive in deeper with certain things. I also wanted to highlight some of the program priorities and a reason that I went with this curriculum in the first place. Daily time for free play indoors and outdoors as the priority of the child's day. Daily exposure to words, letters, and their sounds, early reading concepts, pertinent from the experience of being read to by a parent, sibling, or caregiver. So I wanted to make sure that you guys are clear that I do believe play is the work of the child, and I am not by any means going to make my 2-year-old sit down and do school and all of this work and be really structured. I definitely give her plenty of free play during the day. These lessons are only going to take probably 10 minutes or so, and some days longer if we go on a walk or something. But it's just some little activities to kind of sprinkle in our day. It's not going to be my sole focus. I definitely am going to be giving her lots of free play and lots of time to just be a 2-year-old. I like that the philosophy on this is the fact that play is the sole focus, and exposure to different concepts from experience and environment and engagement is the sole focus of this, and I love that philosophy. So I hope that this little flip through and look inside of the Blossom and Root Early Years Volume 1 was helpful for you. I'll leave the link to Blossom and Root's website down below if you want to take a closer look at this curriculum or any of their other curriculums that they offer. They all look really, really wonderful. So I hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you in another video very soon.